Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. Welcome back. Something in my eye here. Today I wanted to follow up on the last video I made on whether your thoughts are actionable or not. And that I thought that was a pretty interesting video. Interesting topic just to consider. Whether your thoughts are actionable, or how many of them are actionable. How many of your thoughts are actionable? But I wanted to follow up on that today with talking a little bit about, are your thoughts a form of action? And so what do I mean by that, right? Uh, Ultimately, what's going on in our head and what's going on in our minds are a form of energy, right? We are creating thoughts, and those thoughts require, a certain, minuscule level of energy, right? Because we are live, because we are thinking things, there is energy being applied into these thoughts, these ideas. And now some of them, right, like I've talked about, are not actionable. They're not real. Yet these are ideas that our mind is generating some form of energy towards, whether we have put them in our heads or not, right? A lot of the things, like, the last video, go check out the last video if you're not following along. But a lot of the ideas that we have don't come from ourselves, right? There's something that we've seen. It's something that has been, kind of placed there, or has maybe inspired us to take some sort of, spin-off action from that idea. And once and something that we see, a person, place, thing, whatever, enters our awareness, we're going to have thoughts about that thing, whether we're conscious of it or not, simply because it got put in front of our eyeballs, right? I talk all the time about protecting our attention. Um, you know, what are we focusing on? What are we placing in front of our sight? Is it a screen? Is it a book? Is it something in the external world? What we focus on, what we're seeing, is going to manifest more in our existence. So to that end, I would say yes, that thoughts are a form of action. And what does that mean, though, right? What does that mean that thoughts are a form of action? And, this is the incredible thing about this kind of perspective shift and idea, is that if you start to see your thoughts as a form of action, then the things that you might view as being, not worth your time, or just, not getting things done, um, such as journaling, meditation, passive activities where you're slowing down and you're not physically taking action, you might just see them a little bit differently. Because if your thoughts are actually a form of energy and then thus action, you're starting to apply energy into the ideas that you want to create for yourself. And this expanded awareness, yeah, it's going to take work, right? If you have a hard time visualizing what you want and actually getting into the thoughts and the feelings that you might want to experience from your vision, or the people you might want to help, or like how it actually looks, right? If you have a hard time getting into that, you might need to slow down your life even more and take less physical action and focus more on really getting into that present moment, getting into your body, right? Getting into a state of mind where you can actually start to see these things that you might want based on, that actionable thought, right? Thinking about a potential future in the present moment that is something that you would want to experience. And that can take some work, right? That's the kind of the brilliant thing about this is, I'm stating this because I personally, I mean, I meditate, I journal, I do my best to slow down. There's a lot of tasks, there's a lot of maintenance activities on a daily basis that need to be done. Animals to be taken care of, children to be taken care of, myself, all sorts of things. But the busier that we are, the more we really need to slow down and focus on these thoughts, focus on the priorities that we have and what actually matters to us. And when we start to do that, the things that we want, that we truly want, and that we're focusing on will start to happen, right? We will start to place ourselves in that inevitable future if we continue to focus on that dream, that vision. And then the more that we can get that out of our head, in some sort of way, the clearer the future will become for us. The clearer that vision will be, how we can manifest it, how we can do it. And this is the process of creation. But what I find is it's hard. It's hard to focus on that vision, and I think the main thing is it feels like there's so many other physical actions that we need to take in the world, that when it does come to slowing down and really getting present, and then starting to create, based off of your vision, when it comes to that, it's hard because there's so many other things that are already on the mind that it takes a while to clear them and to let go of them. Especially when there's an emotional attachment to trying to get these things done, and what if you fail, right? If there's like negative, fearful emotions or anxiety or nervousness around these tasks, right? It's going to be harder to let go of them and then focus on those things that that you want, that vision. And this is a practice. This is like anything else. It's like working out. It's like working out your physical body, right? Once you start to get into the groove of things, it'll become natural. But when you first start working out, you're going to be sore, right? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard for your body to do these things initially. You're just going to feel tired. But if you practice these things consistently, right, the work, the visualization, the creation process will get easier. It's like anything else. If you don't use it, you lose it. And if you are using it, you will continue to improve. That's practice. That's anything in life. So, what are the benefits of just being able to perceive your thoughts as actions and having a perspective shift? Having a perspective shift to view things that way, right? Well, I mean, you're going to have improved decision making, better self-awareness. You're going to have a greater sense of responsibility because you're going to realize that, wow, I can actually create this future, and things aren't just happening to me because, well, what am I placing my attention on? What am I placing my eyes on? If you shut your eyes, you can create that vision for yourself. It can lead to a better emotional regulation because you'll feel more in control of your tasks and what you're creating and the priorities in your life, which will then also aid to an improved motivation because you'll be able to see those things that you need to do, and then it'll be easier to actually take that physical action to that end. That it also can improve our relationships as well if we're focusing on what we want to happen, not the hypotheticals of and the fears of what could happen, but the productive action, the harmonious action to improving our relationships. And then ultimately, this is going to increase our creativity, boost our resilience of getting over barriers and limiting beliefs, and it's just going to improve our lives so much, and improve, just how we feel, which will also lend, of course, to you know, better creation, right? When we're not stressed, when our body is relaxed, we're more able to just flow with what's happening and exist in that uncertainty that really comes with the creation process. So I hope these were some interesting tips today, on how your thoughts can be viewed as a form of action. If you like this video, please like or subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, let me know in the comments, how you view your thoughts. Do you think about them in, a way that you can control, or do things just kind of pop up in your head and you just allow them to be there, without any kind of critical analysis or anything like that? It'd be interesting to hear. So with that, I will see you tomorrow, and until next time, bye.